Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Tnf In Session. This is me, Ken Napzok, in my studio, checking my hair, what's left of it. In the camera, you are watching live. If you're part of my Patreon page, levels tier 5, tier 4 or higher. Excuse me. I can't count, but you're all here. But level T4 or 3 or higher gets to ask me questions. I should look at the rules. I should look at the small print, and I answer them as questions. And I take questions live from everyone here in the audience. We got some familiar friends. We got some new faces like Lomi6, recent new member to the TNF boardroom here at the Napzok Files, Ken Napzok Patreon page. A lot going on. I got some regulars in here like Alice W, Jason Humphreys, the Hump, we call him, Pete Rich, Andrew Hales here, Lauren Romo's here. We got a good crew watching, and others will be joining along the way. So with that, I'm going to get started because I'm once again battling a sickness. I got re-sick. Yeah, double the sick. So we are going to be going very soon. Everything should be working. I'm not even. Oh, hey, Taymor's here. We got the House Buddha is in here. So we're going to get started real soon with the 8th edition of TNF In Session, a show made completely possible by my Patreon supporters as I broadcast live here in beautiful and even kind of rainy Burbank, California. We got Old Handsaws in here. Old Handsaws. Great to see you this weekend in Washington, D.C. So with no further ado, we are about to begin the episode. Here we go.
The following is a presentation of Morning Drive Media.
Broadcasting from beautiful Burbank, California, this is the Napzok Files. I'm Ken Napzok for another edition of TNF In Session, a show made possible, completely possible, by my friends on my Patreon page at patreon.com/Ken Napzok. That is right. They make all my dreams come true. I take questions from them, pre-selected questions, pre-written questions. And then also we got some people in the chat room. So I might be interacting with folks like Taymor, Alice W, who promised me she'd call in today. We got Lami is here. She's relatively new to the Patreon page. She's supporting at the high TNF executive producer level. Lauren Romo's here. You might know her from the Galactic podcast, the Star Wars podcast you should be checking out. Pete Rich, Old Handsaw. We also call him I Got a Name. Old Handsaw and I got to hug this weekend. It was a great hug at a comedy club in Washington, D.C. Check it in. Over in the U.K., we got the Hump, Jason Humphreys. Andrew Hale is here. I believe I said Pete Rich, but I'm going to Pete again because he was first in chat. More are going to be joining, I'm sure, like Will McLean, who just got off work. Busy time with the holidays, but he's taking the time to join us. And that is exciting. I've been doing a lot of traveling recently. A lot of you know that if you've been following along. Got to go to Washington, D.C. with Mr. Mark Ellis, who, of course, just released his comedy special, Dog Stepfather. I hope you guys have checked that out. It is available on YouTube, free to you. All things comedy, put it out. And Ellis put so much effort into it. Took an entire crew on his own dime to Chicago, at a rock club in Chicago, put the show together. It was a crazy evening, fun evening. And it is a great special. Grace and I watched it last night. I hope you guys, if you're friends of the Napzok Files, you're friends of Mark Ellis, I hope you are checking it out. As I do a little bit of housekeeping, I will let people know that you can get signed copies of Why We Love Star Wars through my website, KenNapzok.com, and also book plates, little stickers that I will sign and send out. If you already have a copy of the book, I'll send those in a little special limited edition keychain to you. Go to KenNapzok.com for more information about that. Collector cards also available there as well. And the producer and executive producer supporters of the Napzok Files, Ken Napzok Patreon page, are starting to get those cards mailed out, about 6 or 7 of them today. A lot going to House Buddha, I'll tell you that much. So that's some housekeeping there. And also live December 7th in downtown LA, the Schmodown Spectacular. I believe this is the 3rd edition. I will be there, part of the Star Wars match. I believe we'll be calling the Star Wars Championship match. And then I will be part of the fan event, and I will have a lot of copies of Why We Love Star Wars available for purchase. And I'll sign them, personalized to you. Sold out. I brought a few with me to Washington, D.C., and sold out. That's a good thing. Also, the book is available in foreign markets. I saw it was available in German, and I didn't know. My publisher got it. They put it out into some different languages, and I didn't even know. But a lot of fun. So that is some of the housekeeping. Let's get to some of the work, some of the fun stuff here. On a TNF In Session. As I said, we got a live audience checking in here. They're going to be here for a bit with me as I try to get through it. I got sick again. I've had bronchitis for about 3 weeks. If you've been listening to a lot of podcasts I've been on, you can hear me either mention it or you can hear me hacking. Probably because this is a live show. I'll be hacking at some point tonight. I'll try to mute the mic. There we go. All right. That's the best I can do. And then flying back from DC. It's cold out there. Not too bad. Manageable, 40 degrees. Even for a California boy like me, that's fine. But I think being on those planes, I got sick. Double sick. It's like Double Dragon. The video game, except for a sick version. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm a little delirious. I'm on some Dayquil. They say Dayquil is not does not make you drowsy. I don't believe that. I might be living proof of that right now. We'll see. Hey, Jedi Fallen Order's out. The video game is out, and I've been playing that. For those looking for a full review on ForceCenter, we're going to dig into it eventually. Look at the story mode. I'm struggling with the game right now. Will admit, struggling with the game. It's boring me a little bit. The lead character's kind of boring me, but the action's really smooth. The game looks beautiful, and I know I'm going to get into it. So I'm not like writing the game off or anything. I'm just. It's not a good time for me to play games. It's just a lot going on, and I don't have the time or the energy to invest. And I think that's affecting my journey. But I'm trying. I'm going to try. I'm going to try later tonight. I don't know if I'll stream it or not because I don't want to see you guys. You guys see me hacking into a video game headset. But I want that game to work. So, anyways, I don't know if anyone in the live audience is enjoying that game. I hope you are. I want people to enjoy Star Wars. That's an important thing. And just because I'm not right now doesn't mean you can't. And that's the way we do it here. Let's get to questions. Unless there's any comments from the audience. Tamor, you okay? Zach Anderson just arrived out there in Wisconsin. Zach is one of the first to receive the Napzok Files collector card set. As some of them went out today. And then that's for the high tier patrons, the producer, executive producers. And then other Patreon supporters will get very, very discounted rates on the cards. This is, designed them with Brian Ward, all out of my pocket, and I'm just excited to be on a card, man. So here we go. Questions coming down the line. We're going to start with we're going to go with a little Star Wars question here. Normally we save that for ForceCenter or Jedi Council, but I want to start with Pete Rich, who's live in the audience right now. And Pete Rich on the Patreon page wrote this. He said, do you think that the leaks or, quote, strong fan theories, such as Rey being cloned from Luke's hand, deter filmmakers from actually putting those moments in a movie? It depends on what comes first. I think there's no fan theory that could float around after, say, episode 7 that would affect episode 8 or 9. There's just no way a professional filmmaker like Rian Johnson or J.J. Abrams would scroll through the internet and go, ooh, that's a good idea. Number one, the legalities of it. Interest. And two, they've got their story. They're telling the things, and they're working with themes. And I don't think a lot of fan theories work with themes. I mean, they work with the who's and what's, but not a lot of the whys. So the Rey being cloned from Luke's hand, that just comes from something that I do believe was in the script for Force Awakens. Not necessarily Rey was a clone, but Luke's hand falling. And that was supposed to be, we hear, allegedly, what was going to start episode 7. I've heard that it was 100% true. I've heard that maybe it wasn't. So that might be a little different. And anything based out of that, if theories poured out of that, then I don't think it'll change anything if JJ was going to bring that back. If he does bring that back,